Welcome to my channel, welcome to Workout by AC, where we are going to do a high intensity resistance training session today. We are going to need a little bit of equipment. You're going to bring a set of dumbbell exercise mat and some good shoes for the jumping part. If you have a bench, bring that one. If you don't, I will give you alternative to do some of the exercises in another way, so you can still do this session. We're going to start with the warm-up, and then we have 2 blocks with 4 exercises in each and 1 final block with just 2 exercises. So the first block, we're going to alternative between a strength and a pulse exercise, and we're going to do that for 3 rounds. Short break, moving on to block number 2 with 4 new exercises, and then, as I said, finishing off with the 2 exercises at the end. So by this end of the session, you've been doing a full body workout, boosting your metabolism, boosting your muscle tissue, and leaning off. A great way to get in an even better shape. The work frame is going to be 45 seconds on and 15 seconds for the next exercise. I have my timer here, and in the rest period, I will show you the next exercise so you are ready to go along with me. And I will help you and guide you all the way through. I'm doing some experiment, turning the sound off in some of my session. If you prefer to have the sound on, please leave a comment and I will have a look at it. Just as well as you can leave a comment on what you would like to have in future session here. So go and get your equipment. Then we're going to do the warm-up together, and then we're going to do the workout itself. So let's go and do this one. We are ready. You got your equipment. If you have a bench, you're going to tap up. So just slowly stepping up, not stepping up on the bench, but just tapping on the side of the bench. And if you don't have a bench, you're just going to push it down to the floor instead. So no worries about that. We're going to push it forward and bring it back. So pushing and pulling, engaging our core and our pelvic floor, and make sure every time you are moving your arms back, you squeeze and feel the muscle between your shoulder blades. So even though we're working with the arms, we still have our shoulders down. And we're going to keep that tapping position, and we're going to bring it up and pulling it down, just like you are pulling on a rope, engaging your upper body. So engaging here, and we are going to push it out to the side. So bring it up here and squeezing your glutes. Go with single arm, so single up and down, and engage your core, your pelvic floor, and go for another 8 and 7, 6, inhaling and exhaling for the final 4 and 3, 2, and stepping on with the bench. We're going moving up here, and if you don't have a bench, you are just going to go forward and back here instead of stepping up, lifting up and back, squeezing and bring it up and down again for 8, lifting opposite leg up just as well as if you do it on the floor, 4 and 3, 2, and opposite leg here, moving it up, down, and you can continue on the floor instead. So keep the rhythm, lifting, opposite knees coming a bit up here when we do the changing of the leg for 8 and 7. Feel your heart rate elevating for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Turning around here, and we're going to go in for a squat, squeezing. And if you don't have the bench, you're just going to go up here and back again, leaning a bit over and up. So bring it back up to a straight position, and keep your chest up for the good posture. And 4, reaching up. 3, squeezing your standing leg. 2, and opposite side. So bring it down, squeeze your right glute and thigh. So pushing away with your foot on the bench and leaning a bit over, and you can just go down here, up on your toe on the foot where you are supposed to have your leg on the bench. Let's hit it for 8, chest is up, 7, 6, and final 4, 3, 2, in for a front standing, and we're gonna put your hands on the bench. And if you don't have a bench, you're just gonna put your hands on your thighs, and we're gonna do extension and flexion in our upper body at the same time as we extend and flex our knees, pushing buttocks back so your knees are behind your toes. Down we go, straightening up, chin is in. You're just gonna stay put here on your thighs for another 4 and 3. Engaging core, 2 and 1 more. And we're gonna go from each side here, pushing out, get a dynamic stretch in your inner thigh, or you can put your hands on your thighs instead, or maybe you can go all the way down touching the ground. So just feel your way for that one. Get a nice stretch out here to the side for the final 4 and 3, 2, and come back into center, rolling all the way up and easing off your shoulders. Maybe you want to grab some water, but we are ready to go. If you have a bench, please notice that you can put it up in different kind of levels. This one is a high level, and maybe you want to go a little bit further down with your bench. So for the first exercise, we're going to grab our dumbbells. We're going to leave them here on our shoulders, staying up on our right leg. You're going to push our buttocks back and lifting the knee up. So buttocks back, up we go. And if you don't have a bench, you're just gonna go down here, lifting knee up instead. So please notice that it's the same leg staying put on the bench and the same leg lifting up, and then we'll come back for the opposite leg a little bit later on. So we're gonna do the right leg, gonna do a pulse exercise, and then we're gonna move on for the opposite leg. The timer's gonna count down from 10 seconds. You have your foot nice in a position on bench or on the ground. You're gonna stay up nice and tall. Let's go. So pushing buttocks back, lifting knee up for some extra balance challenge. If you don't need that balance challenge, everybody do need that, but if it's a bit too much, you can go down and up and don't do the lifting on the knee. You can always prefer to have your dumbbells down here instead, if that fits you better. When you have your hands up on top of your shoulders, you are engaging your core a bit more. So pushing back, keep your chest up and bring it back. And the reason why we're staying up on this bench is to get a bit further down with our buttocks, reaching up. You can of course try to do it as well. Yes, on the ground, dumbbells out to the side. We're gonna do a burpee, no push-up. Jumping up, hands on the bench, forward again. And if you don't have a bench, you're gonna go straight down on the floor. Let's go. So when we have our hands on the bench, it seems like we can move a little bit faster. But when everything comes to everything, it's always about doing some variation. I'm not the one lifting my finger saying, this is much better than this and this and this. I love variation, and that's why we're gonna do variation, of course. So you just do what works best for you. So engaging your core as you're jumping out to the straight position. Bring knees front, feet front, up again. Pushing buttocks back. Be affected on your breathing. That is what is the important thing. Yes, bring your dumbbells up for the opposite leg on bench, or do the opposite on the floor. So chest is up, and we are gonna wait 3 seconds before we are gonna do it. Yes, up we go. So bring your buttocks back, up again. And if you're on the floor, bring it down here and lifting leg up. So get that movement on the move. Make sure you push your butt back, reaching up, lift the chest, nice alignment. Chin in, 10 more seconds. Back and front, 2, and now we're gonna put the dumbbells out to the side. We're gonna put our hands on in front of the bench and we're gonna move over. If you don't have one, you can go with your hands on the floor, of course. 3, 2, and 1. So jumping over. It's a little bit of a challenge to get those feet up and above from the exercise mat. So it's kind of fun, a little bit of a play here. Pushing it over. Leaning forward on your arms. Make sure you have a nice, good grip on the bench or on the ground. On the ground it makes a little bit more sense. But here you need to have a good, and you can always go bouncing, bouncing. And you can always go up and do some jogging on the spot. So whatever it takes to get affected on your breathing. Yeps, back for the first exercise. Second round, right leg on. Lifting that left leg up using bench or not. Chest is up. So buttocks coming down and back, knee behind toe, relaxing your upper body. We'll be back for that one later on in this session. And every time you step down again, make sure you get a good, nice position here with your foot on the ground. Back we go. Squeeze your right glute. 3, 2, and 1. Yep. Make sure you put your dumbbells in place so you don't tremble for the burpee to the ground or to the bench. So starting out with a good distance between your feet, jumping up, here we are, pushing out. Get a good, nice engagement here. So every time you're in that level here, you are as hard as steel. Buttocks back for the squat, jumping forward for the squat. 15 seconds. Up we go. 5, 4, 3. Dumbbells for opposite leg. Second round. Leaving those dumbbells up on top of our shoulders. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Up with that knee. So pushing back, squeezing weight on our heel, lifting up, feel the squeeze in your left standing leg. As we go down, our stomach tends to move out a bit. Try to connect and engage your core. 10 seconds. Reaching up. Yeps. For the donkey kick on bench or on the floor. So let's go and be affected on the breathing and hit it off here. Jumping over. A bit of some agility training as well. So imagine, keep on going. Imagine you're doing this with no shirt on. So tightening up in your core area. Yep. I'll do the bouncing here before you're jumping over. 10 seconds. Try to land as soft as possible. So bring some weight up in your arms. Yep, we are officially at round number 3. And we have some upper body coming up in the next block. Chest is up. And final round, right leg on. Or lifting your left leg. Squeezing up here. So as you extend your knee, squeeze your glute. Shoulder down. Let the weight of your dumbbell come down on your lower body. Yeps. Break. And the burpee for the bench or for the exercise mat. Good distance between feet. 3, 2, and 1. Jumping high, jumping out. So get some speed on your movement, and that's where the bench can help you a bit, because you're not going all the way down, you're just going a little bit up. 20 seconds. Inhale as we're jumping up. So inhale, exhale. Get the tightness in your core. Yeps. Dumbbells for the opposite leg. Final round. Hips. And look, lifting up nice and strong. 1. Now, up we are, squeezing. And inhale. All about this magic about breathing. Make sure you get enough air in and breathing out. We have 15 seconds and we are done with this leg, and we just need the donkey kick, and we are having a water break. So make sure, dumbbells out, and you feel that you need the water break, because you feel a bit swooshy dry in your mouth and affected on your breathing. Let's push it. So we have a break coming up right after. Leaning up on your arms. Make sure you have a good grip. Moving those heels up so you don't kick into the bench. Lifting up. Up we go for another 25 seconds. 10 more seconds. It's a bit hard to look at the time at the same time as focusing getting feet up. Yeps. Sweating like me, I hope. Get water and don't go yet. Still have a second block with 4 exercises, and then we're off for just a block with 2 exercises. So to begin with, we're gonna do some high knees here, jumping up on the bench, down again for 2, back in those high knees for 45 seconds. Then we're gonna move on from some sitting biceps curl on the bench, doing some flying steps on the bench, and then we're gonna do some triceps overhead on the bench, or if you don't have a bench, you're gonna do this one standing. I will be back for that one. So you have your water, and we're ready to continue with the 45 seconds. I bet you do your best. So let's go for those high knees, jumping up and down. Keep the distance between your feet as you're jumping up on the bench. And if you don't use the so if you don't use the bench, you could just do the jump squat on the floor. So you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna move it forward, back, and back into knees. So instead of jumping up on the bench, you're just gonna do the jump forward and back on the floor. Helping with your arms. Push your butt back. Chin is in. Or you can do one, or you can do a little bit of more high knees. Have that distance between your feet. 3, 2, and grab dumbbells. We are gonna sit down for a biceps curl. So get out to that front of your bench, lifting out to the side. So arms out on each side of the leg. Let's go. Rock. So bring it up, slowly down again. Chest is up and keep on going. So feel it in the front of your arms. Stay up nice and tall. Bring it up, slowly down. Make sure you keep your shoulders back and you're sitting in a nice upright position. Chin in. Squeezing 10 more seconds. Slowly down. You are the master of the speed. 4, 3, and up we go. Yep, you're gonna put your dumbbells out because you're gonna be flying up on your step. So you're gonna go here, and if you don't have a bench, you're gonna do the same here on the ground. So arms out to the side, let's go. So as we are moving one leg down, rotating away from the leg, lifting our chest up. So you should be affected on your breathing now. So pushing it over and out. Flying up on that bench. Shoulder down, 20 seconds to go. Sweating, tapping down, and you can always slow down or come back on the floor. Stay up nice and strong. That's what you are, nice and strong, I bet you are. We're gonna lie down for a triceps overhead extension. Maybe you wanna put your exercise mat on top of the bench, and we're gonna go here, lifting up and down. If you don't, let's go. Have one bench, you're gonna stay up in a straight position, extension and flexion. If your dumbbells are too heavy, you can go with single dumbbell here. If you're gonna do it, it's not working lying straight on the floor. So, yep, moving around here. So bending your arms out to the side of the bench, straightening up. So out to the side and straight up towards the ceiling. Engage your core and do the same in a standing position. 3, 2, and up we go with the dumbbells. Yep, so do remember you're gonna stay up, and we are back for exercise number 1 in round number 2. High knees to jump squat. So bring it up, jumping up, down, or high knees. Bring it front and bring it back, front and back into high knees. Good distance, whatever you are on the bench or you're on the ground, you are gonna make sure that you keep the distance between your feet so you are able to go down into that squat. So 20 seconds, pushing back, and up we go. 10 more seconds. Yep. sitting biceps. So you're gonna isolate your upper body by sitting. If it's not working, you can just stand up instead. So out on the tip of your bench, and let's move arms up, slowly down to the side. Elbows are tucked into your hips, and chest away. On the way up, we're gonna inhale. And on the way down, we're gonna exhale. And we're gonna engage your core, our pelvic floor. Squeeze, fill your arms. You can always go single arm. Let's go up and slowly down. And keep your shoulders back and away. Yes. Bring them out and up on the bench or on the floor for the flying step. So use your core as you straighten your arms. If straightening your arms are too much, you can just go whatever you want to do with your arms. Let's go. So you can go in here instead if that works better, but this is challenging your core a bit more. Make sure you keep your chin in, and you can always go here. And that of course counts if you have a bench, but you find it's too much. Sometimes I see people being a little bit unsecure being up on the bench with the stepping and not falling down. Then just do it. The most important thing is that you get short of breath. But it is always good to challenge your mind. Get out of your comfort zone. 15 seconds. 10 more seconds. Lifting chest up. Yeps. Woo. And now on for the lying triceps or standing up, triceps overhead, 1 or 2 dumbbells. So keep that lower back down and up we go, straight arms and back again. Or you are standing, both arms are single arm, lifting chest up, straightening your arms, flexing in your arms. So a bit of a challenge for our shoulders as well. Chin is in, slowly down, bending our arms, straighten up and sorry, squeezing your triceps. Up we go. 5 more seconds. Yes, that's it. Ready for got something in my throat. Ready for the 3rd round of exercise number 1. High knees and up on the bench or on the floor. So the final one of each. That always what makes me strive and push for my best. I know it's the last one of each exercise, and I know I have 4 exercises, 45 seconds. That turns into be 3 minutes work, and that's a lot easier to think about, having those 3 minutes left. So what is 3 minutes? Yep, if we can do it, pushing it and bring it up and down. 10 more seconds. So close. Helping with your arms. 4, 3, 2, and here we are sitting for the biceps curl. And of course, yes, final time here. Out on the edge, shoulders back, lifting chest up, and let's rock out to the side here. So if we don't think about it, we tend to do this here, rounding in our upper back. So pushing shoulders back, look nice and strong, feel nice and strong. Chin is in. Squeeze and slowly down. And bring it up. Feel it all the way through. Better to do less and feel what you're doing. And get some heavy dumbbells. You do know, I mentioned it before in some of my other sessions, Beep, beep, break here. Ready for the flying steps. The older we get, the more we need to, not more, but the harder we need to exercise and pushing ourselves. So just time will try, if we don't use our body, time will just leave us a bit more weak than yesterday. So we need to stay strong, and instead of being weaker than the day before, we need to be stronger than the day before. So we are gonna push ourselves. And this is where my mantra comes in. Don't work for hours and hours. Keep it short. Keep it efficient. Keep it hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you it's not hard. It is. But you feel so much better at the end of the day. Yips. And lying down. As I said, if you don't have time for exercise now, you need to put time aside for sickness when you get older. Oops. So standing up or lying down. Final exercise of the second block. And do remember, we just had that final superset in the end, 2 exercises. But let's focus on this one. Bring it up, straight arms up, squeezing. Inhale and exhale. Bending arms, straightening up again. <sighs> 15 seconds. It might be more comfortable if you lie on your exercise mat. 3, 2, and yes. So just a very short break. And then we're gonna go for the superset. So get some water. And if you have a bench, you are gonna lie down on your forearms, doing a plank split hop up here, out to the side. And if you don't have a bench, just a second, enjoy your water while I'm wrestling around with my equipment here. Then you're just gonna go for a plank split up here. And for the second exercise, we're gonna do a star sit up here, lowering our legs down and bring it up here. And of course, you can just do it here, straight on the exercise mat. So make sure that you're engaging your core, but I will be back for that one. So to begin with, we'll make sure we have something underneath our forearms so we can do the plank split hop. So by putting our feet up on the bench, we are gonna put some extra pressure down on our upper body. And that's supposed to be a good thing if you're in doubt. So feet up on the bench, counting down from 10 seconds. So up we go here, toes on, and 3, 2, and opening up, in again. So we just get a bit more pressure down on our upper body. So you need to engage your core even more. But you can get absolutely something out of it as well as being down here, straight on the floor. So bring it out to the side. Squeezing and engaging for another 20 seconds. So keep those feet on the bench the full time. Of course, you can shuffle between going on the floor and on the bench, but you should feel the difference. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. And for this one, I'm gonna put my exercise mat up on the bench. And as shown before, you can just do the exercise straight on the floor. So pushing lower back down, and let's go lifting up a little bit. And so a tiny little ball here out to the side, and we're not lifting with our head. Keep chin in. If this is too much on your lower back, you can always go down with flexion in your knees. pushing your lower back down, chin is in, and lifting up and come back, pushing your feet to the ground. But it's a bit more challenging to keep those feet up and about. So feel that you're lifting with your core, your abs, reaching up. Yeps. Here we are. 15 seconds to get settled. Moving around like a crazy here. Ready for the plank split hop. So you're gonna push a little bit more energy into this because we only have 2 exercises. Let's go. 2 exercises instead of 4. So make sure you have some distance between your elbows. So you have a good supporting base on the ground and moving those feet out to the side. Inhale, exhale. Keep it on for 20 seconds. So if you were doing this with no shirt on, you will have a tightness in your core, that good deep squeeze. For 10 more seconds. 5. That sounds like drums. Up, break here, up on our bench for the sit-ups, the star sit-up. Pushing lower back down. And let's lift up. Up we go, squeezing and feel it all the way in your ab and core out to the side here. Inhaling, exhale up on the top. 15 seconds. It's a nice feeling that you're lifting yourself up using your abs. Yep, here we are. Final one of each. So 1.5 minutes left and we have completed this session. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Open up and back in again. Inhale. That's the most important thing of life. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing yourself, and you should be affected on your breathing. You should get out of your comfort zone. You should feel that you're pushing yourself to your own limit, but make sure that it's your limit, that you listen to you. So try to do the best. I'm sure you are. So for 20 seconds more, this is our final pulse sequence for today. We are gonna nail it here. Let's go. You and I, and 8 seconds. Nice and tucked core area. 2 and 1. Up for that final star. Sit up. And 8 seconds. Pushing lower back down. And we are going here. Up we are. Slowly down. So before you're moving up, you should do that little bit of a pushing your back down, a little bit of flexion in your lower back, so you're engaging your core, pulling your rib cage and your hip towards each other, so you get that nice grip in your core before you lift yourself up. Chin is in. I can't emphasize it enough. Don't give yourself a hard time on your neck. We have 10 seconds, and when we're done with this one, you can do the modification with the feet down if you need to, then you are all done. Yes, beautiful. So get some water. We'll put the timer to a stop. Water coming up, and it's always a good thing. I used to think that when working out, it was a lot better to do it on an empty stomach, because then I thought I'm gonna go straight for the fat tissue. But no, you need some calories in to burn calories. So When you're done with this, it's always good to have a little bit of food in your stomach before you do this exercise. Yes, better said late than never. You can think about that for your next session. Not a big meal, of course, but just something just to tell your brain that you have something to build up from. And then when you finish the workout, it's always good to get some carbohydrates and some proteins. So maybe you want to do a protein shake and you will combine it with a banana or some kind of piece of fruit. So you gotta go and get some food so you can build up. No house with no bricks. So just do some bit of a stretching. I will put a link on top and below for you to do. And you can always have a look at my channel to find some other session here. So I hope you will be back and do a workout with me. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay strong. Take good care. Bye.